that cut off. But as I was saying, I walked with my baby through the park. Like, I already know the police. Like, they already see me. Like, they see me playing with my kids. Like, there's not an issue there. And it's like he wanted to twist it up and be like, um, oh, yeah, they know about you. It's like, yeah, no, I'm not claiming I'm so perfect. Like, yeah, I was a wild child before then, and I'm a wild child now. But during those periods of me having young babies and young kids at home, I was not a wild child, and they were aware that I literally never really left my house other to go to a park or a grocery store, and that I always had my kids. People would see that. They'd see me piling all my kids. You know, I did the parenting thing and I did it alone. And I wanted nothing more than to have a loving partner. But I damn sure was not going to continually be put in these horrific situations. Like, only the mind of a psycho could truly want to do that to the literal mother of his child, right? Like, that's some seriously excessive cruelty. Like, I'm a freaking lover girl. Like, I'm I'm happy with just cuddles, quality time, some warm food here and there. Like, I was breastfeeding a baby, I just wanted to sip my tea, drink my water, be with my kids. Like, this wasn't something that I was asking for that was like a super unusual or like, unattainable circumstance. Like, this should have been like the normality, I believe. But they're not that. And it's like, whoa, you're on this healing journey from this mind fuck and this heart and body. Like, yeah, so if you want to hear more stuff being talked about, listen to your own self-talk, like, make a video, talk about something, because it's to the point where instead of laying in bed crying about this for one more time, I'm just going to speak it out loud. So if I'm going to speak something out loud, I might as well record it. So that's going to basically be what my podcast is all about. This works perfect for me because a lot of times when I have something to say, but I don't have full glam on or an outfit, it just prevents me from getting the message out. So now here we are. Got a professional chair. So hoping I can continue to create content, even though really my content, like that last long video, that was a true story. That was a true story of a man hurting me. And hopefully I was able to shield my kids from all of that, but just having it in the atmosphere going on, it's questionable. It could have affected their subconscious, and I'm not happy or proud of that. But I think I do a lot of meditations with them. They love it now. They know about clearing energy, and they do know they can always talk to me anytime. So I'm thinking that I was loving and strong enough in those moments to be kind of like an umbrella to just, my kids don't even notice what's up because they're just so, they know I got them, I'm there. Like, I was at that point the center of their whole world, right? And I just ate up every minute of that. Like, I loved that. I loved being home with my babies. I loved being a mom. Like, I would have wanted to keep doing that. I would have wanted to have a big, happy family. I really would have. Like, a man I love by my side, like driving a big van, like my kids just piled in, like, you know, that is what I had wanted anytime that I had ever even thought about talking to a guy. Like, that was the end game there for me. I already had 3 kids, like young kids, so I'm immersed in the family life. Their dads were completely absent, so they were with me 24/7. And yeah, on occasion, my mom would watch them for either a Friday or a Saturday, not 2 in a row, but either one. I could try to convince her every weekend, but it was more like maybe every other. But, you know, it was like I chose to make decisions to stay with my kids. I already knew that like none of these dudes were going to be anything reliable. And I was like, I'm all these kids have with each other. So I had to be good. Like, I couldn't put myself in situations that would potentially ruin the only stability that they have, being me and themselves. So, you know, I was in definitely a culture that was pretty wild and pretty violent, but you know, I did manage to, you know, not get in any situations that would really take me away from my kids, thankfully. But there was this one time I was framed, and I will have to tell you another story about that, because here it seems like it's untold tales of abuse. So yeah, anyway, this podcast, it's under 11 minutes. I keep saying that as my catchphrase, even though I really don't know if it's going to be under 11 or over 11, but yeah. Anyway, we're here about peace and finding peace within after going through all this shit, but really what they don't understand is our nervous systems, our brains rerun that shit. So it's like it's happening all over again. And maybe a little less and less each time, but you know, we want to be able to let these things go because they're clearly interfering with our present moment, which is now our future. Look at this. This happened to me maybe 10 years ago, and I still feel it, see it, suffer from it, and live out the after effects of, you know, this going without my kid, or these fucking visitations, and, you know, being forced to always even think about his best interest just because it's what's in the best interest of my kid and me sometimes. And, you know, it's just a lot. So, when people say let that stuff go, like, this is trying to, you know, speaking about it is trying yet another attempt to let it go, because I don't want to, you know, waste more nights or days reliving that again. So maybe I will, or maybe I won't. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully not. Hopefully speaking about it is enough this time and it leaves me.